No matter how bad shit gets in life, you need to keep pushing. No matter what anyone tells you, no matter how many people tell you you're dumb or stupid or this isn't gonna work, you better keep fucking pushing. You better keep going, bro. Life is too short. Please tell me what the day of your tombstone death date is gonna say. I know that's morbid, I know that's taboo, but what is the death date on your tombstone? You don't know. And when you start to actually practice some certain levels of meditation and you start to detach from this world, you'll realize that, like, hey, you go to a graveyard and most people didn't even know that that was the day that they were gonna pass away. It's a 7-month-year old, a 7-year-old, or a 70-year-old all in one place, the graveyard. And what that means for you is that you need to pursue everything that you want in this life like there's no other option, because there isn't. We are all born into this world and we have no other option but to succeed. We have no other option but to see the vision and the dream that we have come into fruition, because that's why you need to stick to your mission. Because if you were bestowed upon from the Most High God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever it might be, to have a vision, you need to pursue that shit. It's not accidental. I don't believe in accidents. I don't believe in none of that shit. Everything is a coincidence. If you have a vision that says that you can become great, if you have a vision that truly speaks to you and keeps you up at night, you better pursue that shit. If everyone else around you doesn't believe in you, if everyone else around you is calling you dumb, guess what? That's extra motivation for you to use to make sure that your vision comes into fruition and you can stick to the mission that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really lock in with yourself. You gotta really lock in with that vision that you have, because so many people in this day and age feel like they're lost, feel like they're out of their control. So many people, even someone was in my comments at TikTok talking about, oh, if I was born in this random location, if I was born on Mars, I'm gonna run that shit up. You gotta have that mentality that if I was born with one leg, I'm gonna run it up. If I was born with one arm, I'm gonna run it up. You gotta have that mentality that no matter what happens to you in life, you're gonna run that shit up. No matter how many people reject you, you're going to run it up. No matter how many times you get your heart broken, you're gonna find your love. Abundance is all over the place. Success is all over the place. You gotta embody success. You gotta embody abundance. You gotta embody the things that you want in life. No matter how many people tell you no, you better keep pushing. No matter how many people tell you this idea is bad, you gotta keep pushing. Life is not going to benefit you or reward you because you have a pity party and you keep your chin down. No one is gonna come and coddle you. I don't know how you were born. I don't know what environment you were raised in, but you might have had a father figure, a family members that were to come support you. But the life that we live in now is very isolated. It's very individualistic, and I would love, and I'm creating a community to actually combat this, because I think philosophically and economically this is unsustainable. But once you understand that there are people around you that don't actually care about you, that don't want you to succeed, you have to become the person. You have to become the source of truth, the arbiter of truth. You have to become the individual that is the radiant sun of truth and excellence. You have to be someone that is so perseverant in your goals that no matter how many times you fail, you're going to keep pushing. It doesn't matter what happens to you in life, you're going to succeed. You have to have this mindset. And so many people come around and say, oh, this is ignorant, or oh, this is whatever. Bro, you got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe you can become successful, come hell or high water, come any challenge, come any bullshit, man, fuck that shit. You're not gonna succeed. The people who end up achieving everything they want in life is because they have an insatiable desire. You know what I'm saying? And this message is not for everybody, because a lot of people have limiting beliefs in society. And once you recognize that, you'll realize that that's your competition. Your competition is complaining about someone else or something else, some system, some whatever. And that's who you're competing against. I don't care if I have to sacrifice everything in my life. I gotta stop talking. I gotta stop eating. I don't eat until I generate leads. I know that sounds crazy, but it's people who make $500K, $1 million a month, and they don't eat. Their sales team doesn't eat until they achieve a certain goal. I've had mentors that I've worked with. They don't eat until they get something done. And that's that raw masculine energy that you gotta have when it comes to your goals, bro. That's that raw masculine energy. And you could become a man. This could be a man or a woman. You gotta have a certain desire towards your goals. You gotta be ready to jump all in towards your goals. You gotta be ready to jump out out the window for everything that you stand for, because your life is limited. So many people walk around like they're going to be 70 years old. You have no clue when you're going to check out of this earth. So why not pursue everything that you think, every desire, every goal, every vision, every mission that you want to accomplish, and truly align yourself with your intuition and make sure that mission becomes accomplished. Because if you don't do that, you're going to end up that split second before you pass away, like people talk about, the bridge between life and death, and the journey of a soul that is living to the souls of undead, the underworld. You're going to sit there and be like, dang, you know what? I could have did this. I could have did that. David Goggins talks about something about, it's very interesting. He talks about an idea of, if you met God, what would he say to you about what you could have accomplished, who you could have been? You could have become one of the world's greatest people. You could have become the world's greatest artist, content creator, business person, whatever. You could have been so great in this life, but because you chose to choose the path of comfort, because you chose to listen to your friends and family, you didn't achieve that. I don't care how many times you gotta post. I don't care how many jobs reject you. I don't care how bad life gets, stressful. You gotta sit there and say, fuck that shit, I'm gonna run it up. It's two types of people in this world. It's two types of animals and two types of species. The individual that has this defeated posture and becomes dominated, or the person who sits there and says, I'm gonna run it up. I'm gonna run it up no matter how bad things get. I'm gonna run it up no matter how sick I get, no matter how discouraged I am, no matter how sick I am. I will succeed, I will persevere, and I will transcend every limitation of my mind, and I will accomplish everything that I can. Every vision and every mission that is bestowed upon me from God, the Most High, Allah, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in, you will make it happen. You have to have that mentality. The people who succeed, they have an insatiable, unfathomable desire to make it come into fruition. And if you're somebody who's sitting there on the fence of, oh, is it gonna work? It might not work. The people who really succeed in this world, they're locked in 100,000%. There's no room for doubt. There's no room for second guessing. If people around you are giving you doubt and second guessing your vision and your mission, you need to cut them off. I know that sounds bad and toxic, but you need to cut them off in the context of actually achieving your goal and productivity. You can still talk to them, still be cool with them. I'm not trying to promote some toxic shit, but you get what I'm saying. You need to, if you have a business idea, you need to be talking to people who say, hey, by the next 48 hours, 1 week, we need to get shit popping. You need to have people around you who hold you accountable to a standard that is so excellent, that pushes every single fiber of your body to become better. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to happen overnight. And a lot of people don't realize this. When people blow up, it doesn't actually happen overnight. When people blow up, you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg is your success. The tip of the iceberg is the women, the cars, the clothes, the admiration. The tip of the iceberg is the money. But beneath that is the nights where you're struggling, you're by yourself, you're lonely, you're going through and enduring insane amounts of pain. When you endure all that pain, that's what builds the foundation for the iceberg and the mountain. When those two tectonic plates clash, when your good side, your bad side, the happy and the sad, when they clash, they form a mountain, and that's when you get to elevate. That's why you need to tap into that sad part of you. You need to tap into the part of you that's fearful, and you need to use that to your advantage. And you can't just do this alone, because some of the greatest people in the world who truly understand how to accelerate and move faster, they have a group and they have a community. That's why you need to join the Conscious Creators Club, or reach out to me if you're a founder or CEO and you want an elite team of hungry, competitive people to work with your content so you can blow up and you can go viral. Make sure you reach out in the description or comment if this is on TikTok. Peace out, man. Let's run this shit up. Let's get success.